Well, good morning. Is it really still morning, I guess? Probably almost noon. Anyway, whatever it is, good morning, good afternoon, good day, wherever you might be. Paul Swanson with you in a snowy, actually, it's not too bad out for a Wednesday. Yes, I'm sort of bundled up, but it's almost 20 degrees. I think the last thing I saw it was 19, and there's almost no wind, which certainly makes it tolerable if you've got to spend any amount of time outside. And I wish these people would learn how to snow plow around intersections so you can actually see if anybody's coming. Okay. Anyway, so just did a couple of things on Instagram for the wind sled. You might see those there. Those were ported over to Facebook for Facebook stories. So a couple of short little, some little videos about the wind sled, which is the way that until the ice road opens. Well, I should back up. Normally, 9 months out of the year, 10 months out of the year, people get back and forth from Bayfield to Madeline Island on the Madeline Island Ferry. Regularly scheduled. But in the winter, when the bay freezes, which happened last year for the first time that we've been here, it was the first time in 3 years that the bay had frozen and the ferry was not running during the winter months. The wind sled is employed because there are families who reside over on Madeline Island, and they have to get back and forth. The kids have to come over here to school, so the wind sled is operational. Now, if it gets cold enough here, and not if it gets cold enough, but as it gets colder and the ice consistency gets a bit better, the ice road will open up. I know I took pictures last year, and I'd have to go look at those, but we'll do videos this year if the ice road opens up. And you can actually drive on Lake Superior and drive from Bayfield here to Madeline Island, which is kind of fun. And you can check that off your bucket list. Hey, I've driven on Lake Superior. And people will scratch their heads, and then you have to explain to them what that is all about. But anyway, so that's what's going on. I am heading to the store due to the weather, which says we're supposed to get, we're under a winter weather advisory. I'm not quite sure what that means. It's not a winter weather watch. It's not a winter weather warning. It's a winter weather advisory. They're advising us that we may get some snow, or we may not. Who knows? It's just one of those sort of things up here. So I figured, well, let me get to the store and get a couple of things so that if I don't need to, over the next day or so, actually go out anywhere, I don't have to. I've got a lot of stuff. Rusty, our cat, has food, and so we're just going to make sure we've got supplies for. Now, this isn't as serious as Snowmageddons and stuff, where everybody goes and gets milk and bread and eggs so they can make French toast. That's a whole nother issue. But I wish I could turn the camera around and you look up here. You can see Mount Ashway in their ski area, and their trees all around there are just frosted. So, what else went on? Yes, last night. Today's Wednesday. That means Tuesday night was the President's State of the Union message, or address, annual event. Yes, I watched the whole thing. Yes, it was very good. There are plenty of other pundits who are much more, who've added their 2 cents worth of stuff about what went on during the. I wasn't, it was a good speech. President Trump is a masterful one when it comes to doing speeches, and he had the crowd there pretty much right where he wanted them. Now, there were some obvious people who were not happy to be there, who didn't put on their happy face and at least pretend that they wanted to be there. Hey, if you don't want to be there and you don't like the policies of the president and the current administration, well, then just don't show up. Good grief. You're going to make more of a statement that way than looking like an idiot with your unhappy face, your sad face, your frowning, sour, dour, I just ate a bad clam look as the camera pans back and forth. And a shout out to my buddy Jim Long with NBC News, who got to video the president as he walked into the House of Representatives chamber. I know he wasn't real happy about that, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, Jim. Anyway, also a shout out, as we're talking about various social media platforms, a shout out to my friend Frank Huerta. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Frank. On Instagram, who gave me a shout out right back at you, Frank. I know this isn't on Instagram, but I'll make sure I put a link to your site in this one. And who is actually, he likes to see the snowfoot video and photos that I do, my documentation of that stuff. So this is so I appreciate that. It's good to know that somebody's watching and somebody's paying attention and actually commented about the content. So we like that. What else is? Bravo to the county, and again, I can't turn the camera around. I need to get a dash cam, because I could actually, that would be supplemental video to do, but we'll work on that. Shout out to the county for the roads are actually in great shape, probably the best shape they've been in for a few days, maybe even a week. The roads are dry at this point, and the county has plowed widely enough so you can actually see the shoulders of the road. And this road between Bayfield and Washburn over the past week has been kind of spotty, slick and ice covered. Of course, the other day we had freezing rain, which did not make it enjoyable. And an hour and a half ago, there was sunshine and almost some blue sky, and now the clouds are moving in, so who knows what's going on with that. It's looking more like winter, like February in northern Wisconsin. What else? Got another, we've set up an account for a project on Steemit. So now I have a personal Steemit account. We've got a project account that I'm doing. I set up a Steemit account for a project that I'm associated with, and we're going to start putting content in there. I need to get back to my friends Phil Campbell and his Team Humble on Steemit, and Phil's done a very good Skillshare, I think, yeah, Skillshare series of 5 to 7 minute videos, and helping me with Steemit, not just for me but for a lot of folks. So I will put Phil's, putting a lot of links in this when I get done to. Now that somebody just anyway get a lot of those, got a lot of links to put in here, but we will do that for everybody. Just reminds me, somebody came by and sprayed up some mist and precipitation from the road, which means I need to check the washer fluid and make sure that's full, because I was using it quite a bit the other day when the ice storm was going on, and it was not, kind of hard to drive if you can't see out the windshield. Not a good sign. So anyway, yeah, this is nice. Get down to the store and get a few things, and then head home and sort of hunker down and do some remote work with folks. So anyway, that's about it. Stuff, at least that I can think of at the moment. Nothing really pressing. Some things I've got to look at are, I thought it was HR 7, but some stuff I've read has said it's HR 8, which is the red flag gun ban, which is in the process of moving through, I believe, the House of Representatives. I have to look at that a little more. There's been an awful lot of talk here in Wisconsin of red flag bans, all the way from the new governor, Tony Evers, and his ilk. But I haven't seen any, there hasn't been any proposed legislation yet, so we will see how that pans out. I really hate being the little shepherd boy saying the sky is falling, or in this case, they're coming to take our guns, or coming to take our guns, when there's been no legislation presented for that type of thing. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we are about to get into Washburn here, so I'm going to stop this one, and maybe we'll do one on the way home, just because I can. Anyway, like the video, please. Click the little like button, share it with your friends, neighbors, relatives, family members. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you want me to talk about or not talk about, or whatever. Maybe there's something I need to know on a particular topic, and we will talk with you all again real soon.